Big win, Don Wilson here for Top MMA News, here with another rising star, and I can't stop saying rising star, but man, Alex Ricci, just unbelievable win over a real tough matchup who I thought in Tim Smith. Now, the one thing I want to ask you, I thought he came out looking a little flashy in a stand-up, and I thought you nipped that in the bud pretty quick. Did that piss you off a little bit?
No, not at all. Like, I'm a professional out there. Yeah. He tried to take me out with some big punches in the start, but I held my composure, tried to avoid getting hit as much as possible. I really tried to get in, and out. So at the end of the day, I got to thank my team. Without them, without my teammates, my friends, my family supporting me, I wouldn't be here doing what I do best.
Now, your team has definitely helped you progress every fight. And I got to say, what I noticed the most here, when you got him down, your first instinct wasn't to let him back up. Your first instinct wasn't to jump on him. It was to take his back. The jiu-jitsu's coming in there. Tell us about that.
You know, I'm working out of MEC MMA, Mark Stables, Lachlan Chan. They're really working on my ground game, developing, making me a complete fighter. To be a top fighter, you got to be complete. You got to be well-rounded. And, you know, like these guys just dedicate their whole lives for my career, and I'm so grateful for that.
Now, I got to say, you ended the fight in a spectacular fashion. I know we don't have a nickname for you just yet in MMA. I'd like to propose the Lumberjack, because you definitely just sent Tim Smith towering down. You know, how good did it feel to land that kick?
You know what? It was a great feeling. It's always a great feeling to finish an opponent. You train so hard. You put all your blood, sweat, and tears into a training camp, and to be able to pick an opponent apart and finish him like that, it's an unbelievable feeling, you know, and to give that excitement to the fans, this is what I do. That's my job.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask, now, you've had a lot of experience throwing elbows in your pre-MMA career. Once you're able to get the opponents on the ground, throw those short elbows, how much power do you have in it? Because it really looked sickening there for a while, those little short elbows that you could throw.
Actually, it's harder than everybody thinks it is. You know, it looks easy, but you know, to actually throw an elbow on the ground, even when the first times that I've done, started ground and pounding, it's not that easy. So with time and practice, with patience, you got to really pick your shots, and they can be devastating when you land those big elbows and
they look devastating.
Yeah. So
now, you know, my biggest thing is, you know, every time we see you, there's been a progression. We saw you against Matewa. Everyone was expecting you to show your stand-up off. You did, but you also took him down to the ground, beat him there. This guy, I know there was a lot of talk about him being a jits guy, but he also had some durable stand-up. You took him out on the feet and you took him out on the ground. Where are you looking to progress next?
I definitely got, even though my strength is my striking, I feel like I got to definitely keep on improving my MMA striking, because it's a totally different game than just Thai boxing or boxing. So I felt like that was probably my weakest link in this fight. My wrestling was good, my ground and pound was really good, you know, so overall, I just gonna keep on working on it. I got so much to learn. It's endless. The amount of things to learn in this game.
Now, you know, you definitely seem to be happy. Are you happy with your performance, though? You know, you always think, every time I meet you after a fight, you always think there's more stuff you got to work on. There's more stuff you got to work on. I pretty much think you beat this guy pretty much everywhere, besides getting hit twice. Are you happy with the overall win tonight?
You know what? I am happy, but you know, I'm always hard on myself. So that's what gives me the fire to keep on improving and getting better and keep going. So there's always guys that are going to be studying me and going to try to pick my game apart. So I got to constantly be changing out there. I can't always come out the same fighter every single fight. Every single fight I got to show something different, have different game plans for each opponent. It's all about strategy and being smart out there.
Now, you know, you mentioned other opponents trying to pick you apart. Are there any opponents out there that you would like to pick apart?
You know what, there's so many. Right now, you know, it's been a busy year for me. I don't want to even think about who I'm going to be going up against next, but there's a lot of guys out there for me to fight at the 155-pound division. It's such a big division with a lot of great fighters, and I plan to go through all of them, like one by one. You know, this is my job, so my dreams are to make it to the top and to dominate 155-pound division and be a world champion.
Well, the way you're going, that dream definitely can't be far off. Now, before we let you go, is there any family, friends, sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Definitely. I'd just like to thank all my family, my friends, my sponsors, Pro Green Demolition, Vision Disposal, Mecca MMA, M1 Thai Boxing, Bang Fitness for getting me into phenomenal shape. Basically, that's it. GP8 Sport Water. It's hard to remember all these sponsors.
That is a long list of sponsors there. And you want to, I definitely, we got a list. We got a list.
There we go. go. I think I got him.
Yeah, you want to know what? He nailed every single one. Even after taking shots in the head, he's even able to nail every single one. And the one thing I would like to point out, 4-0 up-and-coming fighter that keeps getting better every single time, has a boatload of sponsors with him. I love to see that. You know that, Canadian fans. Anyway, once again, big win, Don Wilson. You're going to start it here. Alex, the Lumberjack Ricci, top MMA news.